Coming up, she was amazing.
Oh my, you're showing your age there now.
Don't go to sleep.
Badoom-ching.
I just went just now. I've just been.
It was lovely, that's the problem. Lovely.
Yeah, 100% harder than that.
It was brutal, that was.
It's the gills that I've grown on my neck.
Well, I'm sure.
What?
Is it not?
That definitely happened.
Enjoy the podcast.
How do you say that?
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 Hello and welcome to today's episode of How Do You Say That, sponsored by BritishVoiceover.co.uk, the podcast for voiceovers, podcasters, and frankly anyone else who reads scripts out loud, proving that there isn't just one way to read a script, but a multitude of different ways. So let me introduce my co-host, Mark Rice.
Hello.
Hello. Now, today's fun fact about Mark is, I like this, his favourite TV game show is Bruce's The Price is Right.
Oh, yes, absolutely. My utter favourite. You don't get anything for a pair, not in this game.
So you do the live version of Play Your Cards Right,
I
do
have
you,
been
at some
known to
events?
do the live version of Play Your Cards Right at various events.
Impressive.
Yes, I love it. I just love it. I think possibly the simplest and the best game show ever created, personally. And Bruce was a master.
A master.
Almost a king. Sorely missed, absolutely. Well, my co-host is Sam Boffin, who once did a film shoot with, get this, Big Bird and Count Von Count from the Muppets.
Oh,
I did. I know.
My.
And it was an impressive day for us all, quite francly. Well, not
What were
them.
you doing?
They couldn't care less about me, quite frankly. There was a really, really sweet CBeebies programme called Furchester, which was all Muppets. And every so often they had guest Muppets.
Well, a big
on.
star Muppet. Fantastic.
Big Star Muppets, and Big Bird and Count Von Count were that particular week, I think, they'd come over.
Were you on camera with Big Bird and Count Von Count?
No, don't be ridiculous.
You weren't like the guest singing this week.
Wouldn't that have been cool?
That would have been amazing.
No, I absolutely
I was hoping
wasn't,
for
no.
a YouTube link.
But the Cookie Monster was there.
Love the Cookie Monster.
Look at you dropping all your names now.
Cookie's in there.
Tell me you've met Elmo as well.
Oh, I don't know. I've met so many of them. Anyway, and today, of course, you've just heard him. We also have a special guest who this week is David Holmes.
Hello, David.
Hello, David.
Hello, everybody. How are you? I've now gone into Muppet mode.
Good so far.
Hi, kids.
Well, let me tell you a little bit about David. David is a Scottish voice artist. He spent 22 years as a freelance lighting designer for theatre productions, working with teams all around the UK, Europe and internationally. But as a voice artist, he's worked with clients including Santander, DPD and Hendrick's Gin.
My favourite, or one of my favourite gins, actually, Hendrick's Gin. I love Hendrick's Gin.
How many
Right.
favourite gins would you say you have?
I've got quite a few, actually. But Hendrix is definitely up there. Anyway, so David has worked across animation, narration and commercials. He is passionate about topics embracing mental well-being, neurodiversity, understanding and ecology. What's understanding?
Well, listen, understanding is more, it's just about just not having to say, oh, now are we aware of neurodiverse people or depressed people or people who might be the subject of racism or anything else? Can everybody just be kind? Can everyone just get along, please?
Oh, well, I'm loving it now. I'm loving it. I now understand what understanding is. Let me just finish off because this is the creme de la creme piece of information. David's voiceovering began as part of an overall renaissance for him. A renaissance for David.
Nice.
Sometime in 2020. And I was at this very moment. He also won a Vox Award in 2021 in a moment of what he describes as cosmic flukery.
Apart from the cosmic flukery, do you have a fun fact you can share with us?
Oh, a long time ago. I once sat next to Dolly Parton on a flight to Los Angeles.
Oh, how fantastic. There's a name
Was
drop
that
clang
funny
if
enough
ever there
for
was.
you?
Yeah, too
Take
right.
that, Cookie Monster.
So what did you chat about with Dolly? That's what I want to know.
Well, you know what? I didn't.
David!
Were you starstruck?
I was a little starstruck. But what I was more struck by, because I'd managed to wangle an upgrade to first class.
Nice.
The flight staff, from the moment we took off, kept bringing people to her.
Oh, my goodness.
She's paid money for her ticket. She's on the bus home. And they just kept bringing people. And she was so selfless, genuinely nice to every single person that came.
I have never heard a bad word said about Dolly. Well, let's have a look at our first script of the show, shall we? And ask, how do you say that?
How do you say that?
Now, this is something that I have been working on this week. Obviously, I've changed the names on it.
Yes.
I think if you read it through first, this script, it feels a little dry. Would I be right in thinking that, everybody?
Yes, possibly so. Yes, a little corporate-y.
Yes.
But interesting. It piqued my interest as to what they're actually doing.
Yes. Well, I'm sure. I'm not going to give you any information whatsoever. Well, I might do after you've done it.
I'm just reading it through now, and I'm not entirely sure that it all makes sense.
Sam never gives me enough information to go with. Let's talk. Is it Vinfluenta
Yes.
and Elato?
Yes.
All right, I think that's probably the two that I was worried about.
It's a wine system. I've given you
Yes,
that.
I figured Vinfluenta was why. Yes, I got that much. I thought
it was like a flu jab. All right.
I mean, it could have been influenza, couldn't it? Absolutely. Yeah. All right, let's give it a go then.
Go for it.
Central to the Vinfluenta PRO system is Elato's unique Advancer algorithm. Advancer automatically adjusts the system settings in real time based on the solution's unique physical and chemical characteristics. With every production cycle, the Advancer algorithm learns and adjusts settings to deliver the very best results from each filtration. This automation reduces operator error and performance variability between operators, ensuring new users can operate the system at full efficiency from day one.
Well, do you know, you made that sound almost exciting.
I was genuinely interested in it. I hope that kind of came across.
Yes, but you also sounded proud. You sounded proud of it. You sounded proud of your Vinfluenta PRO.
But I think that's probably what the company is saying in this video. I don't know if that's the case, Sam. But my dad used to make a lot of wine, and so I am genuinely interested in it.
Well, I'm not only impressed with that. I love the word that you chose there, David. Proud. He was proud.
You were quietly proud. You know, not in an immodest way.
Yeah, he wasn't showily proud, was he?
No,
he was
no.
You know, yeah, which I thought was rather lovely. So, so David, would you like to have a little go at Vinfluenta?
So this is why you sent this document to me. I should have read it.
I should have just glanced over it.
Come on, I've just heard it being done. Central to the Vinfluenta PRO system is Elato's unique Advancer algorithm. Advancer automatically adjusts system settings in real time based on the solution's unique physical and chemical characteristics. With every production cycle, the Advancer algorithm learns and adjusts settings to deliver the very best results from each filtration. This automation reduces operator error and performance variability between operators, ensuring new users can operate the system at full efficiency from day one.
It's quite wordy, that final sentence, isn't it? It is quite wordy.
I think I got away with it.
Yes, you did. Absolutely.
I think it's full of, words that you just kind of, they feel so corporate, and they feel, to actually make that feel light and interesting is
You're
a
right,
tough
Sam.
one,
Nobody says performance variability in real life ever, do they?
Never, ever.
David, I love the tone of your voice.
Yeah.
It's gravelly but light at the same time. I don't know how you've managed to create that, but it's wonderful.
It's but a gift from God. I don't.
It's a gift, isn't it?
I do not know either. Well, it could have something to do with the fact that between 2 and 3 today, I was screaming my lungs out for an advert, and so maybe the gravel is just a little hangover from that.
Do you know, when I was looking at your website, David, and you use an absolutely brilliant word that I think is absolutely bang on for your voice,
what is
and you
it?
describe it fatherly.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
I think, I rather like that word.
It's
And
really
it got
clever.
a lot of approval, so I thought, well, we'll stick it in the list, shall we?
It's a very well chosen word, because you have that. There's an edge to your voice that feels really, warm and fatherly, and it's just great, kind,
Yeah, but
and
also
you've
like
got that
super
through there.
cool.
Fatherly, super cool.
fatherly.
Super
Yeah,
cool
absolutely.
fatherly.
Well, Sam, I have my spittoon out now, and I would like to hear how you do Vinfluenta, if that's okay.
I will do. Okay. Central to the Vinfluenta PRO system is Elato's unique Advancer algorithm. Advancer automatically adjusts system settings in real time based on the solution's unique physical and chemical characteristics. With every production cycle, the Advancer algorithm learns and adjusts settings to deliver the very best results from each filtration. This automation reduces operator error and performance variability between operators, ensuring new users can operate the system at full efficiency from day one.
It's certainly an instruction video that I would want to watch, I think.
It is.
Yeah. Certainly when Sam's voice is doing it, it's just she kind of reels you in with all of these corporate things that she does.
No, but then Sam, makes me want to watch Furchester Hotel again.
Well,
so.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, indeed.
Well, everyone wants to watch Furchester.
But here's the thing, because I suppose, in hindsight, which is a lovely thing, when I was reading it, I was thinking it was kind of a kind of sales video. This is what you guys want. And when you were saying it, it felt more like you were explaining to more. You've already bought this Vinfluenta Pro system.
Yes.
You've been using the Vinfluenta Novice system, and this is what you are gaining by having made
The Pro.
That
Pro
is exactly what it is. Exactly what it is. Yeah.
Right.
It's a very in-industry thing. So this is an explainer video, but it's an explainer video for people in the know.
Yes.
Who already use this. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is.
Well, it's worthwhile remembering that these actually are real scripts we've been working on. We've just changed some names and some details to avoid copyright issues.
We have indeed. Now, David, you've brought us a lovely script.
Well, I'm not entirely sure about lovely, but I was kind of shuffling through scripts earlier, and there was, I don't know, there was kind of ones with tricky words, and there was long explainer things that were, and then I thought, well, this one's more fun, and it's a local radio advert for Scotland, which is where I can be found recording most of the time. And but it was a fun one. I just thought it might be fun to hear it in not a Scottish voice.
Is this a 30-seconder, David?
It is. It is, but I don't think you need that long.
You haven't heard me do it yet.
That puts Sam into panic territory normally when we say it's got to be in 30 seconds. It's like,
30 seconds.
Well, you get to go first on this one, Sam. So
thanks very much. Cheers. When you need a van, stands your man. Whether you need one vehicle or a fleet, you can count on Clegg Commercials to source you the right new quality.
That's not easy.
Now I've heard you say there might be a little bit of a colloquialism. To source you the right new... It's
the right... Well, that's useful to know.
Right,
It is useful to know.
That does make a difference, doesn't it? That's very interesting. Well, right, okay. When you need a van, stands your man. Whether you need one vehicle or a fleet, you can count on Clegg Commercials to source you the right new or quality used van, fully retail prepped and delivered direct to your door, whether you want to buy, lease or flexi-hire. And we can also help with financing too. So remember, when you need a van, Stan at Clegg Commercials is your man. Check out our socials or visit cleggcommercials.com.
I want to click out the socials.
Clegg out.
Click out the socials.
To be fair, Sam, you know what my note would be? I would say, go back, do it again, 100% harder.
Oh, what?
Yeah, 100% harder than that.
And while we're going back, let me just give you my note. Not that I didn't think it wasn't wonderful.
It was lovely. It was lovely.
It was lovely, that's the problem. Lovely.
Just put a time, can you just we want to hear the end of Clegg. On Clegg Commercials. So just, you can count on Clegg. Oh, so won't do a line reading. Don't do a line reading.
On which, on the last one, on cleggcommercials.com?
On the first one, you can count on, and then you don't really know what it is you're counting on.
I see. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good... Oh, God, I did a lot of things wrong. So I need to be harder. From the top again, please. No, I'm not doing it again.
No, she doesn't get to do it again. There's no opportunity
I don't get to do it again.
That.
That's the trouble. I don't.
It's the only kind of restriction of our format with time. This is how you would do it first, but you would genuinely go back and do it again, wouldn't you?
Well, I've never done anything the first time, and people say that you get to that stage. I ain't there yet.
Me either.
Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. That's the way it is. Shall I have a go?
Yeah, go on, you have a go.
I'm going to go completely away from Scotland with this and right down the other end. Right.
Ooh.
When you need a van, Stan's your man. Whether you need one vehicle or a fleet, you can count on Clegg Commercials to source you the right new or quality used van, fully retail prepped and delivered direct to your door, whether you want to buy, lease or flexi hire. And we can also help with the financing too. So remember, when you need a van, Stan at Clegg Commercials is your man. Check out our socials or visit cleggcommercials.com.
Lovely.
I mean, yes, that was lovely. I thought maybe you were thinking about the source you a little too hard. But other than
Possibly
that,
so. I think I was just trying to get through that line.
I don't think, I'm looking at it now and I was kind of wondering about how you were breathing and if you, in fact, are human and need to breathe.
It's the gills that I've grown on my neck.
But yes, well...
I do quite a lot of these 30-second, quite hard reads, and
Right.
it's more in my comfort zone, this.
Oh, God, I do them all the time. All the time.
Yeah, but Sam, you know that when you give me a 30-second very soft commercial, sometimes I go in way too hard with it.
That's true. I heard that episode. That definitely
There's
happened.
been more than one. Yeah, absolutely. I am fascinated, David, to see what you do with it, though.
Oh, well, so am I. This was a while ago. I'm not sure I remember. Let's give it a go. When you need a van, Stan's your man. Whether you need one vehicle or a fleet, you can count on Clegg Commercials to source you the right new or quality used van. Fully retail prepped and delivered direct to your door, whether you want to buy, lease or flexi hire. And we can also help with financing too. So remember, when you need a van, Stan at Clegg Commercials is your man. Check out our socials or visit cleggcommercials.com.
I love that. And do you know what what you brought out there that neither of us did? You went really with buy, lease or flexi hire and the financing, which is, of course, really important part of a car commercial or that kind of commercial.
That was my thought. It was nothing to do with having run out of breath in the wrong place and finding myself to wanting to press on.
Whether it was or it wasn't, it worked. It really worked.
Out of mistakes, great artistic moments are born, yes.
As we like to say, no such thing as a mistake, just a different interpretation.
How do you say that?
Now is here the moment we love. Here it is. It's the wildcard bit.
Oh, what happens here?
So let's see. Let's see if we can approach these scripts in a completely different way. So, David.
Oh no!
You don't have to go first. You're picking for Sam.
You're good. You need to pick a wildcard idea for moi.
Well, I think it has to be Stan's your man because that's more fun.
Obviously.
I think in the style of an infuriated, pushed almost to the brink, Professor McGonagall Maggie Smith from Harry Potter.
Oh my God! But actually doing a Scots accent, I can't.
Well, it's not a really Scots accent.
Is it not?
It's like Mr. Weasley, that kind of thing.
Good luck.
When you need a van. No, I can't do it like that. I can't do it. I can't do the accent.
Well,
I thought you went in quite well there.
I think you went in very well. Did you not hear the one where you did something in a kind of Wild West voice? This was way better than that.
Oh my God, that was my bête noire. That one. Thank God that was near the beginning. If anyone
Sam
ever
was hoping that you'd never refer to that again.
never refer to the Wild West
I just
accent
thought
again.
it was very cruel. Okay, if this is equally cruel, we have to change it.
If we're talking about your best players on the series so far, how about the little Swedish girl?
Oh,
She was amazing.
she was.
Thank you,
I mean,
guys,
she was.
for reminding me.
She was a wandering Swede. She wandered around a bit into a lot of
nothing
Western
like
Europe, I think.
Anything at all.
I liked her.
Oh, God, right. I'll try and do this, but it's an absolute nightmare. Let me get into this then. How do I do that?
Oh my
Right,
word,
well,
that's
I'll go in like that. Okay.
Oh, it's Lorraine.
So I've got myself into that kind of a...
That's dead good.
Right then. When you need a van, Mr. Weasley, Stan's your man. Whether you need a one vehicle or a fleet, Mr. Potter, you can count on Clegg Commercials to source you the right new or quality used van, fully retail prepped and delivered, Hermione, right direct to your door. Whether you want to buy, lease or flexi hire, we can also help with financing to get that Quidditch ball. So remember, when you need a van, Stan at Clegg Commercials is your man. Check out our socials or visit cleggcommercials.com.
Tom. Well done, well done, well done, well done.
I think I went off the scale there, didn't I, love?
To be fair, when you go for it, Sam, you go for it, and I love that. You
do.
You abandon
Really?
your
You abandoned the
worries.
accent too. It's excellent.
I abandoned everything.
It was all about the passion of the character. I
love it.
Saw geographical accuracy.
I'm so glad that I committed to that,
I think you
guys.
needed to commit to it. Yes, exactly. Right, David, it's your go next.
Or what?
Yes, afraid so.
Hang on a minute. Why was I so cruel just now?
Well, that's the thing. You see, it's like, and I get to choose it for you. So I am going to suggest the Vinfluenta script, please.
Okay, great.
But I would like you to go to the very other end of the spectrum to be someone really timid, someone that wouldn't say boo to a goose, that gets frightened very easily.
Okay. Central to the Vinfluenta PRO system is Elato's unique advancer algorithm. Advancer automatically adjusts system settings in real time based on the solution's unique physical and chemical characteristics with every production cycle. With every production cycle, the advancer algorithm learns and adjusts its settings to deliver the very best results from each filtration. This automation reduces operator error and performance variability. I can't do it anymore. Don't want it. You'll be fine. You'll be on you go. You're doing very well. Oh, God's sake. This automation reduces operator error and performance variability between operators, ensuring new users can operate the system at full efficiency for day one.
Oh,
Very good.
that was
I wondered
so
where you were going for a moment. It's
good.
like, whoa, okay, that was lovely. You could see the character.
Gorgeous.
I pictured someone quite young, actually, there.
I didn't even picture an actual person. I pictured a cheese grater. I
You've
felt
got a touch of influenza.
you were an object rather than a person.
Right. Interesting.
Yes, and you know what the cheese graters are like. Oh, because it's wine. Do you think wine and cheese?
Oh,
I don't
maybe.
know. I just somehow you were a worried cheese grater.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is how strange, how do you say that gets sometimes.
Yeah, I think you were sent back in by the chopping board. But look, let's not go further. Let's not go further.
Blimey. Right, it's my turn. It's
is.
my turn. Sam, you need to suggest which script and where
I
I'm going to go
would like
with this.
you to do. I don't think anyone can better Stan the Van Man. I think I aced it, and consequently,
You did ace the Stan the Man.
consequently, I want you to do pirate.
Oh,
I want you
pirate.
to go
okay.
piratey for Vinfluenta.
Ah.
Hearties.
Jimla. Hoist the mainsail. What shall we do with her? Central to the Vinfluenta PRO system is Elato's unique advancer algorithm. Advancer automatically adjusts the system settings in real time based on the solution's unique physical and chemical characteristics. With every production cycle, the advancer algorithm learns and adjusts settings to deliver the very best results from each filtration. This automation reduces operator error and performance variability between operators, ensuring new users can operate the system at full efficiency from day one.
Very
You
good.
sound very like my mother's boyfriend.
I've never met him, honestly.
That was great. I love the fact that because you could nail the piratiness, you could actually put it onto any script. I love that.
Yeah, I think that is it. I like doing pirate. I do a reasonable amount of it. Not a regular, but I am asked to do pirate occasionally.
Is there a time of year when the pirate stuff starts rolling in like Santa?
Pirate can be any time. Santa rolls in from any time from now, but pirate can be really any time.
See, it's not even seasonal. pirate's not even
No.
seasonal?
No, absolutely. It's a gift that keeps on giving.
You'd have thought it was
or plundering.
more of a summer thing, a pirate, but
Possibly
I
so.
don't know. It's incredible.
Well, if you want to play along with any of this, any of these scripts in your own booth, the privacy there, where nobody else can hear you, we put the scripts in the show notes so you can have a try yourselves.
And if you've got any voiceover questions that you would like answers to, you can send your question for future episodes to podcast at britishvoiceover.co.uk.
I thought you wanted me to do it.
No, I was.
You were just pausing for effect.
Pausing for effect. So, tell us our question this week, Mark.
Yes, our question this week is, I had to think about this quite hard. What's been your most effective marketing strategy as a voiceover? When we were chatting quickly before the show, actually, David, you said, yes, this is the holy grail.
It is the question. It's the question that keeps being asked, mostly by me.
Really?
And it has been the most consistent question, I'd say. And I'm not entirely sure that there is an answer. But you can only speak from our own personal experience, I suppose.
Yeah.
I've got an idea. I mean, during lockdown, I did a podcast for business people.
Business people?
Yeah, it was just trying to help them out, to give them a bit of publicity, and that worked quite well. And quite a lot of them came back to me with voiceover projects. So by helping them out in one way, they suddenly knew a voiceover, and that was great, and I did a fair bit of work for them. What's been your most effective marketing strategy, Sam? Can you think of one?
I think meeting people in real life, actually.
So actual networking.
That's not really what I meant, actually. I mean, I've found people that have booked me from people that I've met in a pub.
Right. I was going to ask what kind of social situations would these?
I mean, or at parties, or and I it's sad to say I never go out without my business cards on me. You never know. I met somebody on a bus once who then gave my business card to somebody else and they booked me.
Wow.
Yeah, so you can meet people absolutely anywhere.
I've just had a thought about one other marketing thing that I do that has actually been much more effective than I ever thought it would be. I've got my business name on a magnet thing on the side of my car. And
No.
a lot of And a lot of people go to the website and say, I saw your car. I've had people come up to me in car parks going, what's all that about then?
There you go.
Do they book
There
you
you go.
though?
I have been booked. I'm not sure how effective it is. I originally just did it as a bit of visibility for the new branding. But
Yeah, sure.
But yes, it's been surprisingly effective.
That's interesting.
Wow.
And I would say the most successful thing that I have done is actually just this year, I have actively mailed out. And it's always something that I have put off and didn't want to do. But I have been mailing out to kind of...
Email or physical mail?
No, email, because it's 2023, Mark.
Yes, exactly.
But,
That's what I was thinking.
God, and I was going through a whole Flat Stanley thing there, thinking he's actually posting himself out.
But mailing out, but not kind of ridiculously calling to individual companies that might need some telephony doing, that might have a video coming up, but to studios, to agencies, to people that post-production houses that and not exhaustively at all, but relatively targeted, and that has borne fruit.
Thank you so much, David, for coming on to our little podcast. Thank
you
you
for having me. It's been lovely.
A pleasure, an absolute pleasure. Thank you for sharing your lovely scripts and asking me to do Professor McGonagall. I will never forget it. I will never forget it. Truly, from the bottom of my heart, I will never, ever forget it.
Okay, great.
Calm now, calm. All of David's details can be found in the show notes, and we'll also be putting today's scripts in the show notes as well, so you can have a go too.
Yes, with an accent you like. So do send over any voiceover questions to us at podcast@britishvoiceover.co.uk.
Please like the podcast, subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you fancy giving us a review, we'd love you to do that too.
Yeah, we've got some nice reviews, actually.
We have.
So, and this is the payoff, David.
Right. You have to join in this bit.
So we all get to do it at the end.
Only thing I signed up for. Yes,
Absolutely.
Here we go. We're going to try and do it with it not slowing all the way down. Okay.
That's right, yes.
Good,
absolutely.
good,
Oh, good.
It drives me mad when we slow it down. Anyway, okay, right, so... Whoa.
Whoa.
So that's it for this week.
Putting some rhythm in. Ready. Come on.
Okay,
Thanks again to David Holmes, and we will be back next week with more scripts and another voiceover guest when we'll be asking...
How do you say that?
I've forgotten the name of the...
Oh, David.
I was going to say, why do you say that?
Well, people have asked that question too.
How do you say that?